Hi, shalom, chaverim. Money. Money. All you have to say is the word money, and right away, they perk up. What do you say? Money. He's giving it out? Is he losing it? I'm smiling at you. Money is something, it's a commodity that we're programmed to think about. Most of us are very focused on making money. Some of us are focused on saving our money. Others are focused on guarding our money. Some people are upset that they lost their money. There's so much of our life is really intertwined with this concept of money. I thought maybe it'd be worthwhile just to spend a moment with you to try to analyze what is money. Now we could talk about it from an economic way, we could talk about it from a philosophic way, but I'll put it very simply. Money is nothing. It's just really a piece of paper that represents something which you could either choose to make it of value or to disregard it. What am I saying? I'm not an economist. What am I saying? Well, let me try with you this following thought experiment. Imagine someone gave you $120 million. Real money, in cash. And he delivers it to your house. Your first thought would be, wow, it's amazing, it's a miracle, And then he says, this is yours, it's authentic, you could check it up, you'll see there's nothing stolen or illegal about it, but it comes with one catch. The money has to stay in your house. You may not use it, you may not give it away, you can't even tell people that you have it. So you say, well, what am I supposed to do with it? And you say, well, you always wanted money. Here's money. So you go home and you could count your money. Now, how many of us would be as thrilled? How long can you count money? That it should give you an excitement? And if it's money that you count, which is real, but you cannot use, it's worthless. It's not money. It becomes exposed for what it is. It's really just paper. I would argue that if I gave you a beautiful painting, much of that beauty of the painting would be appreciated when you could show it off to others. But even if there was no one to see it except for you, there'd be some value. And the same thing with a work of art, a sculpture. But money, when it's not being used, doesn't seem to be worth anything. If I told you that the person has more excitement counting money than actually spending the money, you would agree with me, I believe, that this person is not well mentally. Well, let's try a different experiment. Here's $120 million. Tell me what you could do with it. Oh, now it's a different story, right? I could buy a yacht. I could travel around the world. I could eat in the finest restaurants. I could build buildings. I could do a lot of things. That's true. You could do a lot of things with money. But if I asked you, write a list of things that you enjoy right now, and then without $120 million. Let's see what comes up on that list. Let me share with you some. I enjoy good food. I enjoy conversation. I enjoy my family. I enjoy reading. I enjoy feeling productive. I enjoy jogging. I enjoy watching a TV show. I could go on, a long list of enjoyments. This happens when you don't have your $120 million. And now I gave you $120 million. Would your list of enjoyments really increase? What enjoyment will $120 million buy you that you can't do right now? I'm sure there are some. I always wanted to visit the Eiffel Tower. I always wanted to eat in a fancy restaurant. But they're very, very limited. In reality, Most of our enjoyments are either for free or perfectly doable in what we have right now. And the money actually is worthless in terms of going for a walk near the beach. So if I enjoy fresh air and I enjoy that beautiful scenic view, I could enjoy it equally well minus the money. And who knows, the money might be a distraction. Maybe I'd be scared and frightened that someone is following me. So what is money good for? Is there any pleasure that you get from receiving money? And I'll share with you a very profound pleasure. The one of the most intense enjoyments that a human being could have is causing another human being to rejoice. When a person looks and sees a cousin, sees a friend, sees a neighbor, realizes that they're struggling, and understands that I would love to help that person, but I don't know how. They need more help in the kitchen, but I can't afford help. This person needs a much better doctor or therapy, but they cannot afford it. This person has an old car, needs a new car. I can't afford it. $120 million could make many other people happy. You could actually be of assistance. So isn't it strange? The happiness that you need as of now, essentially you might be already blessed with. Money adds a dimension that you could increase your own happiness by bringing so much other happiness to others. There was one saint, a tzaddik, who had a student who was very wealthy, and that student asked him, Rebbe, in a line, tell me how should my attitude towards my money be? And the Rebbe told him, you'll notice that in a farm and in a field, delightful things grow, all kinds of vegetables and fruits. You know when they grow best? When you put fertilizer on it. Fertilizer is wonderful in bringing growth. But what happens if fertilizer is not spread about? Instead, you leave all of the fertilizer in the barn. Not only is it not beneficial, but it begins to smell very, very bad. And he looked at him and he said, my dear student, that's money. If you spread your money about, you could enable so much growth to take place. Here's a yeshiva, here's an old age home, here's a hospital, here's a synagogue, here's a poor person, here's someone that wants to expand their family. All of them need financial assistance. If you will spread your wealth, you will appropriate your money properly, you will have the nachas of seeing beautiful things grow. But if you take all of that potential to see growth, and you just keep it locked up in your barn, or in your bank, or in your bedroom, not only will nothing be created, but it will begin to smell very offensively. So here you have it, my friends. Money buys you happiness. It buys you happiness because you can bring happiness and help others. You know, the season of liberation, Pesach, is about upon us. Pesach partially means breaking out of boundaries, leaving ourselves. I believe if we would be able to feel more comfortable with doing acts of kindness and tzedakah, of charity and righteousness, not only would we truly be liberated, but we would be happy as well. Shalom, and may God give you the wisdom to know what to do with your money.